when you talk about, getting lost in time when you're doing stuff with technology, I find myself, if I'm in the restroom and I have my phone, I'll easily spend 30 minutes just sitting there on my phone. But if I don't have my phone, I'll be in and out within like 5 minutes.
So the bathroom has become your place of worship to your to your smartphone.
To my phone. Yeah. As odd as that sounds. Yeah.
Your bathroom is now the sanctuary to your smartphone. Do you have like a little pedestal to put your smartphone on?
No.
Okay.
It's my hands.
No, your hands are just a little pedestal.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us on our episode of Use Your Words podcast. If you have been listening this month, you have enjoyed the dulcet tones of Mr. Josh Brewer talking and talking and talking. But he is not on for the rest of the month because the rest of the month is non-political, and
he didn't want it.
Essentially, yeah. He was like, "You're not talking about politics. I'm out. Bye." And he left and waved at us as he walked out. And then he told us that he was going to wait for Aaron for their date tonight. So that then scarred me and made me sad all at the same time. Not sad as in the sad we're talking about, but sad as in Josh could do so much better.
Well, this fits perfectly now.
I'm kidding. So one of the things that we've kind of been talking about, I wouldn't say off and on, but kind of in the background consistently, I guess you would say, is that with COVID going on, you've seen this rapid rise in mental health issues. You've seen, teens, 25%, of teens, young adults that have seriously considered suicide. You've seen an increase in the number of people who are living literally paycheck to paycheck, or honestly living in places, and the only reason that they're still there is because there's moratoriums on evictions due to, COVID. They can't pay their rent and that because maybe they don't have a job. You've seen an increase in joblessness. You've seen an increase in what is described as people not having enough money to feed their families. I mean, we're talking not single digit increases. We're talking 20, 30, 40% increase in families that cannot feed the family. They don't have enough money for food. And you got all this, you got all that. And then, hello, 2020, let's go to fall. So in the fall, what happens in the fall, Mr. Aaron Johnson?
People get sad.
Well, why do they get sad? What happens that is not a person controlled thing that happens?
Sunlight goes away.
Why is the sun?
Well, it doesn't go away, but it's shortened.
It's shortened. Yeah, we have less days of the, or not
we
less
have
days.
Less daylight.
We have less daylight, and we have less days where it's not cloudy.
Yeah.
At least here in Wisconsin and in Michigan, where it's not cloudy, where there's a lot less light going on, and you have what's called S.A.D going on. And S.A.D is not exactly, I don't know. They call it S.A.D not because necessarily you feel sad, even though you may feel sad, but so S.A.D stands for Seasonal Affective Disorder. Those are big words to essentially mean during the time when you are less prone to receiving light, you might feel depressed, loss of interest, loss of concentration, reduced energy. You might have trouble sleeping. You can have reduced or increase in weight, and you may be suicidal. You're like sad. You're like, wait, just because there's less light? Yep, just because there's less light. Now, why is that? What about light?
Vitamin D.
Vitamin what?
D.
Yes, vitamin D. Vitamin D. So I'll say this straight off at the beginning here. Neither me nor Johnson are medical doctors.
Nope.
And we did not consult a doctor before talking about this. Nope. But that being said, there are some things that you can do when dealing with S.A.D. Not sadness as in, I just saw a clown and now I need to cry because I'm sad. But S.A.D seasonal affective disorder. You could take a vitamin D supplement.
Yes.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
You seem confused whether you knew that or not. Only you can tell me if you knew that or not.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did. Yes.
What are some other things you can
There's
do?
like the light thingies you can do.
The light
There's
thingies.
there's the lights that give off like D, right?
Well, they don't give off
Not
D.
D, but it would be so weird.
There are no light. Never mind. I'm not saying that because that phrase would be bad. So I am not saying
But,
that phrase because, yeah.
yeah, but like there's like certain lights I thought you could get that were for you.
Why? What makes those
Just
lights
because
different?
it's what they. Well, I guess I could just say what they give off, but
What do these lights give off? These lights mimic the full spectrum of the sun.
okay.
So when you go to a store and you get just light bulbs,
Yeah,
you get a light bulb
standard.
that gives you light.
Yeah.
Which is what you expect. But these bulbs, they also give off all the other frequencies, so to speak, all the different radiations that the sun would give off, which causes your skin to naturally make vitamin D. It's not that you just sit in front of the sun and go, "Oh, bright sunlight, bring me joy." No, it's
Help.
it's that it actually causes your body to produce vitamin D on its own. If you go, "Oh, that's so expensive," the good ones are probably a little more expensive. You're talking 30 plus bucks easily. So
Whoa.
you're not talking simple lights.
Whoa!
What?
I just looked up cool light bulbs.
Oh my goodness.
Because I'm curious.
So, Josh, Aaron, what are you buying today?
I don't know. There's a light bulb for like $700. It looked like.
Of course there is, because why not? Anyways, was
Yeah.
there a reason why you're looking up these light bulbs?
Well, I guess I was gonna see how much either some of the fancy sunlight ray bulbs or
So,
lights cost.
typically, these aren't in the form of bulbs.
Was it
They're typically in the form of like a flat
a
panel.
panel? Yeah.
Because that's the only way that you could get something then to produce all those different types of radiation and rays
Right.
that your body is going to need.
Mm.
Now, so S.A.D comes around every year. So starting around fall to probably a little after the spring equinox, when lights, when we start getting, longer and longer days,
Mm-hmm.
reduced vitamin D. About how many, Aaron, let me ask you this, about how many cases per year are there of S.A.D that are diagnosed?
Cases in the world?
Yes.
Whew. What's a third of the population?
Well, let me put it this way.
I feel like it would be a lot.
They put it as very common, aka more than 3 million a year.
Well, how worldwide?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, that 3 million. That's not that much.
That's
That's a lot of people.
yeah.
But I mean, compared to how many people are in the world, that's not a lot. It's a lot less than what I would have thought.
What were you thinking?
Well, if I thought a third of the world population, that'd be more than 3 million.
Oh yeah, way more.
Yeah.
Way
I'll
more.
say that would be more just in the US. Gosh, how many people are in the US now?
I don't even know off the top of my head.
Is it getting close to 500,000? I mean, wow.
Did you just say 500,000?
half a billion?
Oh, Aaron, you funny boy, you.
I need
So-
to go back to school.
Yeah.
Don't tell. Oh shoot, Robin and Andy, no. Crap.
So I'll say this: S.A.D typically occurs fall and winter, right? But
Mm-hmm.
this is interesting, and I didn't know if you knew this or not. There are some people who are the inverse.
They get happier.
No,
Wait, what?
the excess sun of spring and summer cause them
Oh,
to have
to
sad.
go crazy. Well,
Not
that's
crazy.
sad.
Not people who have sad are not crazy.
No, I know. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just yeah. I was thinking the sun would just drive him nuts, but then I thought, well, no. Oh gosh, no, we don't have that many people here. 328 million. That's not too close to half a billion.
Eh.
I mean, it's
And after COVID, we'll be down to like 10 people.
true.
So, anyways, SAD,
Yes.
S.A.D, right? Seasonal affective disorder.
Mm-hmm.
What other besides lights can you use for treatment?
I mean, I've never looked into
Okay. What do you use to
Stuff
treat
to get-
depression?
pills.
Medicine, yes.
Okay, yeah, prescribed meds. Yes,
Because you say pills, I'm like, yes.
See, now I guess you could look at it would be a damaging one, but you could look at alcohol.
So you add a depressive on top of a depressive.
Yes,
Great.
that's not good.
As we just reviewed in youth group, don't get stoned.
Don't get stoned.
So yeah, you could do that. What else could you do?
I guess I mean I feel like there's gosh,
Psychotherapy.
what do you do? Oh,
Because here's the big thing. People are thinking SAD. SAD is this big crazy thing.
mm-hmm.
It's essentially depression that's brought on by season.
Yeah. And I would.
What do you do for depression? Psychology, psychotherapy, medication.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do for SAD? Same thing, but you can add in the lovely little light.
Wow. Wait. Oh yeah. No. Yeah. You can't do that with the other one.
Well,
I
and you
mean,
could
a
help
little bit,
to help
but-
balance your vitamin D levels.
Yeah.
So there are actually different things for winter SAD and spring SAD.
Oh. Okay.
So I'm going to describe you to. I'm not going to describe you, Aaron. I'm going to describe to you 4 symptoms. I want you to tell me if it's fall and winter SAD or spring and summer SAD. Okay, based on the 4 symptoms: weight loss, agitation or anxiety, poor appetite, and trouble sleeping.
So I have to say which ones those go to.
That goes to spring or fall. All 4 of them.
Fall.
All 4 of them together go to fall.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, gosh. I would say the loss of sleep.
Well, they all go as a package together.
Oh, well then, yeah. All 4.
All 4 go to
All
fall.
fall.
They actually go to spring.
Huh?
For fall SAD, it's oversleeping, craving food high in carbohydrates, weight gain, and tiredness or low energy.
So I want to just.
So essentially, the opposite of spring.
Yeah, spring is See, I feel like it's not fair to add the weight gain part. Fall one, because I mean you have Halloween, which is tons of candy. You have Thanksgiving, which is generally tons of food, and then you got Christmas. Well, that's winter, but then that's
That's fall and winter SAD.
Oh yeah, and that's a ton of food. And then you got New Year's,
Which
a
is
lot of
still
people
fall and
party-
winter SAD.
Yeah, which people party on New Year's and
Yeah,
eat.
well, all the parties are going to be canceled this year.
Well,
COVID.
I'm still gonna do something, but still, it's unfair to have the weight gain in this fall, this winter one, because there's so much food
But yeah, I know.
involved
So,
with this part of the year.
That's
Probably why.
That being said, Mr. Johnson,
Yes.
and this is another one of those questions where you can feel free to not answer if you don't, if you so choose to. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever had the fun? I'll put it that way. the fun of being sad.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not talking sad as in I saw a clown, I need to cry, or I learned what spider music is.
At least but that's actually kind of cool. I kind of dug that.
But I'm
That was
talking
kinda
sad as in seasonal allergy.
Seasonal allergy.
Seasonal affective disorder.
Yeah, I got that too, apparently, this year. Of course,
Um,
the year of COVID.
Yeah, of course. So have you ever had seasonal affective disorder
I
that you're aware of?
I mean, I haven't gone in to have myself diagnosed with it, but I
Okay.
feel like I have.
Which one? The fall and winter or spring and summer one? Or did you just have the fall and winter all year long?
Yeah, I was gonna say, if anything, it was just that all year long.
Which one?
Because
All
I've
year
never
long?
I've never had the part of losing the weight. I've only gained weight.
Okay, so that's just gaining weight. That's 100% thing. But the other parts of it, such as tiredness, low energy, appetite changes, oversleeping.
See, I feel like it's I don't know. I feel like, at least as far as the sleeping aspect thing goes, I feel like it's random.
Okay.
Now, granted, that could be because I don't know. Shoot, what's that thing called for the whole sleep? One of the sleeping things. Why can't I'm blanking on it now? Oh no. But well, you pretty much like you wake yourself up in the middle of the night a lot.
Okay.
Um, what is that called?
Don't know about.
Uh, What are like sleeping disorder thingies?
I don't know off the top of my head.
I can't-
Doesn't matter. Go on.
Okay, anyway, because like I feel like in general I don't sleep because like there's some nights where I'll be fine.
Okay.
Like granted, most times it's my fault because I'll go to bed late in that aspect. But like even though like when I go to sleep, sometimes I find myself waking up throughout the night. Sometimes often, sometimes not at all. So, um, but it's like during the week I never like sleep in because I have work.
All right.
Weekends are random. Some weekends like I don't have anything going on. So then I can do that. But then we'll sleep in, I should say, not just do that. I'll
Yeah, and
sleep
that's
in.
and I'll interject this here. That's fine to do once in a while.
Yeah. But
Do you ever find
there's
yourself
like,
wanting to just be alone, cut off all contact to the rest of the world, and
oh
give
yes.
away your possessions to everyone you know, and just say, "Screw it all, I'm done"?
That seemed oddly specific.
Yeah, I know. It did seem oddly specific, didn't it? I wonder where I got that from. I don't know. Maybe it was a text message I got recently. I just
Yeah. I would say yes.
so let me ask this. This is
Yeah.
not an intervention. This is a
No.
curiosity asking.
Yeah.
Because to be fair, in the same message, you're like, but right now I'm good. So I have two questions on that. One, how often does that occur?
See, oh. Um, like, sometimes it's random, but so, like I want to say to a point it's become now I can't even think of that word now. Not repetitive, but like what's the other word for something like that or a synonym for that?
Common
Not common. That's a different word.
or
I don't know.
repetitive would mean that it happens. Does it happen on a frequent basis or infrequent basis?
It seems like it's slowly become more frequent. Not that it doesn't because I don't like, okay, there's been times where like, okay, it's like lasted for like a week, whatever.
Mhm.
It really generally doesn't last longer than that. And then it'll be gone for a little bit. And then sometimes it'll come back. But like the intervals have why'd you stop shaking? Have seemed um like it becomes smaller, but at the same time then it doesn't necessarily last as long
So the intervals between occurrences are shorter, but the length of the
of it.
occurrences are
It doesn't
shorter.
isn't always as long. Yeah.
So they're more frequent,
Yeah, but it's not as
intense.
that's a weird thing too. Sometimes it's not intense. Sometimes it is more on the intense side. Sometimes
Okay,
it's not.
so don't
I'm
use
just all
intense
over
for
the
length.
place.
No, that's fine. And because here's the thing, guess what? Sad, like straight depression. Because I want to make this clear. They are very much related.
Oh, for sure.
Okay. But sad, like depression, you're gonna have your good days and your bad days.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have your days when it doesn't bother you, and your days when you're gonna want to straight up say, "I'm not getting out of bed."
Yeah. See, that's that.
Oh, did I just hit on
Oh
something?
no. I mean, like I, I see. This is where I am not good. Because there's times like yeah, it's like There's been a few days where it's just like yeah, I'll either if it's during the week, come home from work, just lay down and just not want to do anything. Not because of being tired from work or just sleepy. It's just like
You have
and
no motivation.
yeah, and then so there's been days like that. But then for me, if something comes up as where if like someone wants to get together or whatever, me being classic me, I don't say no.
Well, there's that. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like even though like I may would not want to do something, but that's the weird thing. It's like part of me is like, no, I don't want to do anything. But then the other part of me is like, yeah, you do want to like be with your friends because that'll help you feel better. But at the same time, it's like, no, I just want to sit and be like, "Ugh," and just feel like crap. But I also still want to go have fun because I just want I want to have fun. But I don't want to have fun because
No, I get it. I 100% get it because
yeah.
when I was before medication,
Mm-hmm.
now there are still some days where I'm like this still, but those days are far and few between now.
Mm.
But before medication, it was pretty consistently, especially during pretty consistent, especially during
This
the
time.
winter, especially during this time. Yeah,
Mm.
which I learned something. Lieutenant's birthday is the same as my dad's, day wise, not year wise.
Mm. Well,
So, uh, anyways, um, but I know exactly what you mean. Like you want to go be involved,
mm-hmm.
but the thought of going to be involved is so draining. You don't want to go and be involved. And then when you get there, you're kind of you enjoy it, but afterwards you feel a
there's
little like me at least. I can't I'm
Mhm.
not talking for you, but for me, like afterwards I enjoyed it somewhat, but then afterwards I was white.
Mm.
Like I was done. I was like, I'm done. I need to
See, it's
recharge.
yeah, there's that and um like I found that granted depend wow, I can talk. Depending on I mean you can well one either depend on the people or whatnot, but it's like even while I'm with people sometimes it's just like I'll have fun for a bit and then all of a sudden the mind's just like "Phew," and then I'm like gone in quotes. You still being there, but I'm just like by myself, just like separating myself somehow, whatever. And then I'll come back and he'll be like, and then I'll get back out. And then, yeah, come home and generally be like, and then go to sleep.
So you come home and you're kind of like wiped out socially
And yeah,
almost.
to a point. Yeah.
Again, I'm trying to translate your facial cues into verbal cues.
Oh gosh. So we need video for this episode.
So that's why I was doing that, because I was like,
Yeah.
wait, I need to somehow translate his facial expression into verbal explanation of what he just did. Okay, so let me ask this here
Okay.
of you, Mr. Johnson,
Oh.
because you said it seems to be more frequent but shorter duration.
Right.
Variable intensity. Does
Yeah.
that happen all year long or just certain times of the year?
I'd say it's more so certain. Well, at least for a while, it was certain times.
What about now?
It's still.
I know 2020 is a weird year.
This is true. Yeah, this year has been weird. So, it's kind of weird because like I feel like it was entering generally like the spring time was good.
Uh-huh.
Going into summer, like there's an excitement to it, but then I guess I don't know, like it was easy for that to kind of die away. And that's why I don't know. For me personally, I just feel like there's so many other like factors that go into it. Like just one, um, I guess just like health wise, I'm not a very healthy person by any means. Um, so it's like I feel like just part like that like makes me just I guess kind of bummed for summer because like there's a lot of cool like I guess summer things that would be fun to do, but
Please
then
tell
I
me
just
one of
never
them is
do
not
it,
wearing a Speedo.
huh?
Said, please tell me one of them is not wearing a Speedo.
Oh, but I've never done it yet. Like I get excited for fall to a point because
Mm-hmm.
it's like I like the changing in colors and uh like it generally I feel like it's like a good time for like bonfires and outside hangouts and stuff like that. So like I get excited for things that come along with fall
Okay.
and then winter comes, which it I don't know, I guess it's a love-hate kind of thing. I'd say more so on the hate side.
Especially in Wisconsin.
Mhm. I hate the cold. And like the snow is cool and pretty. I to a point like I love it and like it. But then well, obviously it's not the most exciting thing when you have to take care of it. As far as shoveling and all that stuff. And then just how I don't know. It's annoying, but it's pretty. That's the thing. If snow wasn't so pretty, I would just hate it cuz it's yeah, messy and annoying and you have to keep up with it. Um, but the other thing is I don't know. There's obviously a lot of good things that come with like fall and winter. Well, mainly being like Thanksgiving, Christmas, stuff like that. Like some big, obviously high moments, good stuff, fun stuff. But I don't know. Yeah. Obviously the big thing is just it's being dark most of the time. But at the same time I like darkness. But I also like my sunlight. What?
Can we get to an answer?
No, we're never gonna get to an answer. See, my head is just like now it's on a rampage, just chaos.
It's on a Josh rant.
Yes.
So
Oh, very much
is it
so.
more prevalent in spring, summer, or fall, winter?
Yes. No, I would say, yeah. Not be a Josh and make a simple answer. Fall, winter.
Fall, winter.
But because spring, yeah, spring is normally fine. It's getting into summer, and then it's just kind of like,
And then
like it's summer is like up and down. Like it's just like yay, but
you're sad you
yay,
can't wear your
but,
man thong everywhere, so you get sad.
yeah. That's it. You nailed it.
I know.
What? What?
I hope I never see you in it.
No, you won't. I don't think I'll ever get one.
Thank you. I promise to do the same.
But
So I'm going to say this, Aaron. Then
Oh.
no, don't say oh.
Oh.
For you,
Yeah.
um, because if you're dealing with and this is for anyone else out there too, if you're dealing with sad consistently on a like you're talking like every year, like every year it's going to be sad time. Maybe bone up on some of the vitamin D's and maybe get a light box. Help out with that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Vitamin D. What like literally you could take a 50,000 pill, 50 50,000 IU pill once a week,
Mm-hmm.
and guess what? You just take one pill a week, and that might help you out with your vitamin D, helping
Which
you
is
helping you
great.
not to go into that funk, that sometimes comes with the wonderfulness of
Oh
sad.
man, it's so weird.
What?
I was the other day, waiting to get into work. Um, was listening to some Skillet in the car, and there, nah, I don't know. I don't know how much like of Skillet. Like if I were to mention a song, you'd be like, "Oh yeah,"
I know most of
but
their
it's
songs.
so the Awaken Alive album.
Yes.
That their song sometimes
Yep.
that song came on. I was just like, where it's like weird because and one of the lines being isn't it one of the lines saying it's like sometimes I don't want to be better or whatever.
Yes.
I think it's one of the lines. I'm just like, man, it's like yeah, there's like this. I feel like there's times where it's like you want that funk feeling almost, or you just don't care to get out of it. And those are the weird times, I suppose, too.
Yeah.
That's a good song though.
No,
I like that
it is a
song.
good song, and here's the thing, and this is why I'm trying to piece together some words here. And by
Mhm.
the way, that song is from 2011. It's
Yeah,
9 years.
it's been around.
It's 9 years old now. But sometimes when you're in that spot, sometimes when you're in that place where things are just feel like they're so screwed up, it's okay to be frustrated. It's okay to say, I don't want to get better right now, temporarily. Okay, I'm saying that temporarily. Long term,
Mhm.
that's not a good thing to
No.
be in.
No.
But sometimes I can't believe I just said it like that. Because the song's name is sometimes.
Yeah.
Um, when you're in the middle of something, that isn't the time to try to piece everything back whole. When you're in
Hmm.
the middle of a crisis, when you're in the middle of an argument, when you're in the middle of a pain, when you're in the middle of hurting so bad that you're thinking, I can't, I'm just going to leave everything to everyone I know and off myself.
Mm.
At that point, it's not you have to get, put back together full. It's at that point, it's just need to survive through that time.
Mhm.
Once you're out of that crisis moment, as you would call it, at that point, it's okay. Now, what do I do to get better? What do I do to not feel that way long term?
Mhm.
You know, so do some of those things. Take some vitamin D. Get one of those light boxes. Um,
Mhm.
I will say, if you get a light box, do not stare directly in it. You will go blind. They're really bright.
Oh.
They're like at least 10,000 lumens.
Oh.
So your light bulb up in the ceiling, they might be up. That might be like 100 to 200 lumens. No, not lumens. That's watts. Maybe it's like couple hundred lumens. But 10,000 lumens is very bright. 10,000 lumens. How bright is that? Do you know what a lumen is?
No.
A
No.
lumen is an archaic measurement. One lumen is the amount of light one candle puts out. So imagine 10,000 candles. That's how bright these light boxes are.
What? Well, obviously, having 10,000 candles would be brighter than having one candle.
Really?
Well, also, I mean, if you had 10,000 candles like in one spot and you lit them all, could you not look at that?
It would be very bright.
I guess that just blows my. Really? I mean, I guess, like, what? So if you took 10,000 of these like woodwick candles that I have right here,
Yeah.
and just place them all like right next to each other,
Yeah.
as close as you can with it being in the glass thing. Lit them all. Well, if you just lit them all, you couldn't look at that.
It would get too bright.
But how does it get brighter than the one flame that?
Because it's okay. You see your bulbs here in the ceiling, Johnson? I'm going to assume they're about 60 watts.
Okay.
That's about 840 lumens. It's about 840 candles worth of light.
How does that work?
So you imagine over 10 of those, probably like close to 15 or more of those, shining light directly in your eye at once. It gets very bright,
So
very
if I-
fast.
Part of me just wants to put that many lights on the wall then and just like look at them.
No, you don't look at the. You're gonna make yourself blind.
But
It's one way or another.
I don't understand. Like, how does that work? Like
I wish I could include a meme here where it just says science.
science. I know. I mean, yeah.
Okay.
That's
But-
wild.
But so 10,000 lumens. So, okay.
Yeah, that's a lot of lumens.
That's a lot of light. A little box. So, a light box, vitamin D. Other things you can do: exercise,
Yes,
getting proper sleep.
big one.
When I say proper sleep, I'm not saying go to bed at 3 and get up at 5 to go to work at 6. Go to bed at 10 to get up at 5.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
go to bed at a semi. Also, even though it's cloudy out,
Mhm.
go outside.
Yeah, because I mean, it's
But well, here's the thing: go outside, especially on a nicer day, without a coat on and like short sleeves, because you need as much of your skin exposed to the.
so. What
Well-
you're saying is, wintertime or like the fall into wintertime is the best time to go out in a Speedo and really let your skin absorb that.
Or you just blend in with the white snowdrifts around you, and a snowmobiler will hit you.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a Wisconsinite
just
who's
pale white skin.
who's non-Mexican.
Yeah. Just blend in with the snow.
Yeah, I at least blend in with the dirty snow only, not the white snow.
I mean, just saying.
Anyways,
Just saying.
so but seasonal allergy, I keep saying seasonal allergy. Seasonal affective disorder is a real thing, and that's the thing. There's a lot of people go, well, it's just I'm feeling blue this time of year. If you're feeling blue the same time every year, it's not you're feeling blue. It's maybe, and it took me a long time to say I need help, as Aaron very well knows. Mine was a little more intense than just feeling blue,
Mm-hmm.
depending on the year, especially. Some years it was worse than the others.
Mm-hmm.
But I still was like, well, I'd sleep a lot. I was unmotivated. I didn't want to do this, didn't want to do that. It was crazy. I look back at it now. I was like, wow, I wasted so much of my life in bed doing nothing, you know. And now that I look back on it, I can kind of make that comment. But at the same time, I was trying to survive through my illness. And mine was triggered by dates and that, right?
Yeah.
This is a very similar illness triggered by lack of sunlight.
Mm-hmm.
And these are people that might be fine the other half of the year, and then half the year their life sucks and they don't know why. Now, for people that live closer to the equator where there's more sun year round, this really has a dramatically reduced incident of occurrence in those areas.
Mm-hmm.
But places like Wisconsin, the Great White North, The great land of the Packers, the cheese.
Mm.
No, not the Bucks.
I don't like the deer.
You hit the deer.
No, the deer hit me.
They do say fear the deer.
I know. I need to get one of those shirts that says that. I do just need to. That's the only reason I'll buy their shirt.
But you live in the Great White North, where Aaron and the Mankato will just blend in with the snowdrifts around him.
Yeah.
And, as soon as winter comes, and we kind of laugh at the traditional white girl wear. It's like the long sleeve flannels with the big boots and everything. As soon as winter comes along, and the vest,
yeah.
while drink
suits.
the Han Solo
Solo
suits, while drinking their pumpkin spice, whatever.
It's
And
pumpkin spice latte.
Yes, exactly. But at the same time, all that clothing, all that extra layers blocks that sunlight, blocks that UV radiation from getting to you, blocks your body from making vitamin D naturally. And yes, we're covering up because it's cold. I understand it. I'm not saying go outside in a t-shirt in negative 30 degrees weather. Don't misconstrue it. But what I am saying is in the greater Midwest, upper North, Maine, and all that, we are more prone to it because we have to survive by covering up.
What? Mainly because I'm just not smart and I don't know these things. But to have like a seasonal room, like would that be just as good as going outside? Is like if let's say literally. So on the side of my house was attached a room that was pretty much all windows.
Well, it depends. Will those windows block out like UV radiation or not?
Okay, yeah. So
because you need some of that UV radiation. You don't need all of it, but you need some of it to make the vitamin D.
Mm-hmm.
So if it blocks out all of it,
so it just depends on the window.
That won't be. But yeah, if you have one like a seasonal room where you can do that, guess what? Do it. Go and do it.
Yeah, and you won't be too cold.
Go spend some time reading out there, praying, studying, doing your work if you work from home. Walk the dog on a treadmill out there in the middle of the winter. I don't know. I got to figure out something I'm going to do with my dog.
Oh, yeah.
She's not going to survive the winter. She's going to have SAD. And sad because she sees a clown sad, not sad as an affective disorder. I almost said seasonal affectionate disorder. What else can I call sad? Jeez Louise. But if you have this going on, it's the same kind of concept of I've talked with depression. It sucks to kind of say I need help. It sucks to say I need to get treatment, but at the same time it's amazing what it's like to have a life back. It's amazing to not question when someone says I'm busy, if for whatever reason, and this is all part of the wonderfulness of medication. Thank you, medication, for helping me get over this. Where it's like, someone goes, "Oh, I'm busy," and then all of a sudden, like, "Oh man, they really hate me." Okay, well, screw them, and blah 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 blah. And getting over that and going. And yeah, I still get exhausted by being around people all day because it is mentally exhausting.
Sorry.
No, I'm not talking about specific people. I'm talking about just people in general.
Yeah.
Having to fake to be nice. I'm kidding. But but just being around people in general is just mentally taxing for me. Like I would rather be at home, curled up with the dog, doing something. Like reading or something. But at the same time, I know that socially isolating myself is also damaging. Humans are meant to be social creatures, which is why the COVID lockdowns are crazy,
terrible,
bad. So we have COVID on top of winter, which people generally go around less when it starts snowing anyways. We stop doing as much because, well, we got to drive in ice and snow, and
we don't want to do that. We don't need to.
Especially when you go drive a Prius.
Prius
compact.
Yep.
So you're just like, yeah, screw this. Not doing it. and you just go on and you're like, okay, just I'm gonna make this happen.
Right.
And when you get treatment for the depression, for the seasonal, I almost called it allergy again. Affection. When you get treatment for SAD, soon I'm going to call it seasonal apple disorder. Jeez Louise. When you get treatment for SAD, though,
Yeah.
when you get treatment for depression, you look back on the rest of your life and you're like, wow, I was missing this much.
Yeah.
So think of this as an intervention, Aaron.
Yeah. Another one.
I'm not saying listen to what I'm not saying and listen to what I am saying to you.
Oh, okay. Wait. Okay.
I am not saying, Mr. Aaron Johnson, you should probably go see a doctor yet. I'm not saying that yet. I am saying maybe you should get some vitamin D pills. Maybe you should get a light box.
I mean, that does kind of seem like it'd be cool. I kind of do want to get a light box.
And see if that helps you.
Yeah.
Because I know the personal hell that depression is. Even if this only comes about during the fall once in a while.
Mhm.
And like you said, it's less lengthwise, but it happens more frequently. I know that personal hell.
Mhm.
And it's not fun.
Mm-mm.
And I'm saying this out for anyone else who's listening as well.
Mhm.
There's so much more to life out there. There's so much more to do. And you learn how much you are missing out on when you get to look back at it clear-headed. Because I'm sure, and correct me if I'm wrong here, Aaron, okay? I'm sure you kind of look back and, when you get to this like spring, let's say, spring, middle of spring, and you look back and you're like, man, I wasted a lot of time last fall and winter doing nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yup.
I look at it this way now. When I get to the end of my life, do I want to look back on those times and say, I let this disease keep me from living and serving to the best of my ability? Or do I want to say, in spite of this thing, I was able to keep on learning, serving, and growing and doing? Treatment doesn't make it magically better.
No. No, it doesn't.
And it's not going to be you'd pop a vitamin D pill and the next second you're like, I am Superman. Let me
We're good
go
to
and
go."
save the day. It doesn't do that.
Nope.
It might take a few weeks for vitamin D to kick in.
Mhm.
It might take a few weeks for the light box. I know I was reading that the light boxes,
Mhm.
when you first start off with them, you start off on lower time and you have to slowly build up to the max time. You don't just start right away at the max time,
Oh.
you know?
Mhm.
And I've known and I know personally people, Aaron, who have been affected by SAD. And they use a light box and it helps them,
Really? That's cool.
you know?
Yeah.
You're just because someone, and when I say someone, Aaron, I'm talking to you.
Oh no.
I'm talking to you here. I'm also talking to anyone else listening, but I'm talking to
Yeah.
you here, Aaron, right now, directly at this point.
I'm the only one here too.
Well, your parents are upstairs.
Yeah.
But SAD doesn't make you broken. Depression doesn't make you broken. Bipolar doesn't make you broken. None of those things make you broken. May be some wires short circuited that need some fixing and some treatment, but that's okay.
Mhm.
And I don't want you, Aaron, or anyone else, to be ashamed to get help like I was, or it took me forever, or it was hard. And I don't think you're at a point where you need to go, to be like, oh, we need to go get you to the
We're
hospital.
taking
right
you
away."
in. Let's go.
No, I don't.
No.
I don't think that at all. But when you tell me you have those thoughts of, it would be just better if
I was gone.
you were gone and you left everything to everyone else.
Yeah. Which is so stupid. Doesn't make any sense.
When the times
But
by the time that it's happening, it does.
yep.
I get it.
Mhm.
Look, man, I consider you my brother.
Mm-mm.
I don't want to see anything bad happen to you.
Mm-mm.
I don't. And I know how quickly this sort of crap can spiral out of its way if not checked. And
True.
how easy it is for guys to just say whatever,
Suck
screw
it
it. Yeah, as Josh used to say, suck it up,
Suck
buttercup.
it up, buttercup. Yeah.
And that's not the way that this goes.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
I don't want to have to see a day where that thought becomes a reality that you have.
Mm.
And I know we can always say when we're in our good spots that will never happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I also know how easy it is when we're in those dark spots to forget about the days that are bright and
That's
sunny.
good. Mm-hmm.
Because I want to see you, sir.
Uh-oh.
I want to see you fulfill your dreams, whatever they may be. Be a touring musician. Be a father of 30.
Oh, no.
You're going to outdugger the Duggars.
Then if I get paid for it, maybe, but yeah, no.
I want to see you live and succeed in those dreams. And even if you tell me it's sad, that's causing you to once in a while say, just want to leave everything to everyone else and be done with it.
See my way out.
I can read between the lines. Because seeing your way out isn't just you disappearing and going off into the woods.
True. Mm-hmm.
That's a lot more serious than that.
Mm-hmm.
And I get it. I've been there. As you well know.
Yeah.
But I want
Lunchbox
you
conversations.
to know, and I want you to hear this now. And I want you to hear this when you listen back to the recording of this. I don't want that for you, man. Because here's the nasty little secret. If you don't treat this,
Mm-hmm.
one day you will have to. Because it may progress beyond just sad.
Right.
And it's a lot harder, a lot more mentally taxing
To wait.
To treat it after it's changed into something full blown than to treat it now. Because if you can get in front of this, then it's a once a year thing where you gotta take some vitamin D and maybe use a light box.
Right.
You don't get in front of it, you're gonna be on medication your whole life just to try to feel normal.
That's never thought about it that way. Never realized it that way.
That's what I gotta do. Just to try to feel normal. I have to take medication every day.
Mm-hmm.
And if I don't take that medication, my brain feels like it's on fire. So I don't want to see that for you, man. I don't. Because I know the personal hell it is.
Dang.
SAD is a very real thing.
Mm-hmm.
Very real thing. What were you about to say?
Well, one, I never realized there was technically one for spring and summer.
Neither did I, actually.
Which is super shocking. But I guess I'm just trying to think of back, like, I don't know, like when I guess it started to get that way to a point. But then it's like, I don't know, I guess this um I guess one thing that's made me, well, not made me, but I guess it's caused me to kind of like push it off. Thinking, I mean, I'm just like, I guess, trying to think of what causes the feelings like that, and then like pretty much it turns into justifying, I guess, why the feelings come up, and I guess thinking that's like, well, if I would just stop doing this, then it would go away and it wouldn't happen. But I mean, that could be like a whole another episode, maybe. Like I'm just thinking, I was like, shoot, we could do like a series on something, and then just like each one had be like a specific individual like reason of what triggers the feelings.
Why
kinda
is
thing.
Aaron sad this week?
Yeah. That
Um,
would get real deep.
Oof. But no, I get what you're saying with that.
You
You
know?
know, the thinking of the feel, because
Because it's like, for some of it, I would blame myself for why I can feel a certain way. Like, part of it is, I would say, is my fault. But then sometimes, I mean, I guess I wouldn't have an explanation as to why it is that, well, why I am feeling I am. So in that aspect, I would be like, okay, yeah, there's just something messed up here. But other times, still, it's like, well, you were kind of doing some of this stuff and being kind of stupid and hurt, doing it to yourself, kind of thing. Like, if you wouldn't just do it to yourself, you'd be all right now.
no, I get it.
Yeah.
There were many a times, and again, this is more depression, not sad, but you know,
Yeah.
same sort of thing. Mine was more date triggered and emotional trigger. Yours seems to be a little more sunlight triggered.
Right.
Triggered. But you know,
Situation.
where I would think like, you know, my life would be easy if I just said screw it and you know said,
That's also terrifying.
well, not like screw it, like end my life, like screw it. I'm
Oh,
gonna just dump these people out of my life and never deal
oh,
with them.
isolation or
Well, but no,
separate.
not just isolation, but full on say, screw Aaron, screw Josh, never dealing with them again in my life.
Moving on.
Yeah, change my number, new phone, who this?
Hmm. Yeah. At times, moving away seemed like a great thing.
Yeah, I know that was also on my list of things. I know. Where you were just like, I want to just move somewhere and start all over from scratch and not
Yep.
have anyone. Da, da, da. I was like, hold on a minute.
Yep. See, I guess, yeah, it's funny because it's like, I feel like if I had actually done that, when you meet the new people out there and start to get close with people, and you like let them in on whatever, it's like at some point the past is gonna come up,
And then you're going to have to do the
and it's
same
gonna
thing
be,
over it again.
yep,
Instead of confronting what is going on, you're just running from the symptoms.
yep,
And I did that for so many years.
mm-hmm.
And sad is the same exact thing, except triggered by
The
light.
sunlight.
And you may be some nice, simpler treatments. And seriously, a bottle of vitamin D
Mm-hmm.
is cheap.
Cheap.
Like we're talking cheap, cheap, cheap.
Like, I can buy it cheap. As we talked to my
Huh?
I was just thinking, as we talked in an earlier episode about me getting a $40,000 motorcycle.
Yeah, I still want to strangle you for that.
Yeah.
So you can get a bottle of 50,000 IU
Right.
pills that you take once a week. You can get 120 of these pills.
That's all.
That-
That's a long time.
How many days are in a year, or how many weeks are in a year?
52. So you're covered for a while.
Yeah. You can get one bottle for $20.
Oh my gosh.
And during the summer, you don't have to take the pills necessarily if you're outside because you get the sunlight.
Yeah.
And then you just,
basically, for here, you basically have almost 4 years worth, basically.
yeah. And you can get
That's-
smaller than 120. And you can get smaller IUs. So
Mm.
maybe you want to get a 10,000 that you take once a day or every other day instead of a
Mhm.
50,000 once a week.
A week.
But 50,000 once a week, you only have to remember that one time a week.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And they're little pills. They're like, I'm trying to,
Dude.
there's no way I can explain this over audio, but like my fingers are barely apart. They're
Yeah.
tiny.
Yeah.
That's what I take.
It's kind of weird. I don't know why, but I always got excited taking really big pills.
Gonna leave that one alone.
Like it just felt like, it's like I can do this. I was like, sick. That pill ain't got nothing on me. And
I take multiple pills a day, including my antibiotic for my prostate infection,
ooh,
which that's a big honker of a pill.
I love
Sucks.
pill.
I like big pills, and I cannot lie.
I like big pills.
But yes, if you are dealing with SAD, do some research on it. Obviously, me and Aaron are not doctors, so don't take what we say as medical advice.
Yes.
Okay, I'm just gonna say that.
Take it from Paul more so than me.
No, don't take mine. I am not a doctor. No, legally, I am not a doctor.
Oh,
Do
no,
not
yeah.
take my medical advice. Okay,
I
do
would-
the research on your own. Talk to your own doctor. Talk to your,
yeah.
your doctor on that. Okay.
But listen to Paul more than me.
Investigate some vitamin D,
Yes.
a light box. Go outside, get some, sun against your skin. Even if it's cloudy, the rays still get through the clouds.
Mm-hmm.
And try to fight this now. Make this the year, even with COVID and all the crap that is going on in the world.
Oh.
Make this the year that you get control of your sadness. Again, sad as in I am
Seasonal
depressed, not
affective disorder.
sad as in I just saw a puppy get killed.
Oh,
See?
that big sad.
That is a big sad. So
big sad.
if you are dealing with SAD, I would say the same time every year, and you've tried some of those, I guess, easier remedies, I would say. You've tried the vitamin D, you've tried the light box, you've tried, sitting outside in the sun in your bathing suit or your birthday suit.
Yeah.
Let's say you try all that and you still get it year after year.
I want to go get.
You might want to talk to your primary care physician.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that to you too, Aaron.
Yeah.
Try that. This year.
Yeah.
Try the vitamin D. Try the light box. See, and here's the thing. See if it's more good days than bad compared to last year. Because it's not going to be a miracle cure that works overnight.
No.
It's going to take some time. And then once you do that, see what happens as you're going forward.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll talk about this more, me and you, off air personally.
Ooh, okay.
Well, no, I'm saying as we go through the time, but
Oh, yeah.
making sure that when we get to next fall, next year,
Right.
see how you're doing.
It is a big, obviously, a big part in this also is being honest.
So being transparent, honest, accountable to
Yeah.
all those around you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because it's hard to. Okay, let me rephrase that. It's not hard. It's nigh impossible to do this alone.
Wait, what? It's not impossible?
Nigh impossible.
Oh.
Like it's very hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is essentially impossible to do this alone.
Yeah.
And even if you, Aaron, have a tenth of the hell that I experienced, I would not wish that on you.
Mm,
or anyone. I wouldn't even wish that on Biden.
mm, mm, mm. That's good to hear. It is. I mean, well, like no, but like legitimately though, because I mean, kind of sad to see how people can get so gusting towards others
Yeah.
and wish the worst on them.
I mean, I if you're
Mm,
dealing with SAD, do your research. Reach out to someone you trust.
mm-hmm.
And if you don't have family that you trust or friends that you trust, at that point, maybe you do talk to your doctor, even if it's a little maybe early, and talk to them and be like, all right, here's what's going on, doc.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe the doc will say, all right, cool. We're not going to do prescription medicine yet. We're going to try this, this, and this. And they might have something else in their arsenal
Mm-hmm.
they can try.
Mm.
This isn't something to play around with.
Mm-mm.
As soon as it gets to the point of maybe I'll just leave all my stuff to everyone and check out.
Mm.
That's when you know you're not just dealing with, oh, I wish it was sunnier out.
Right.
That's when you're dealing with, hey, this is something medically that is
Maybe a little
impacting
screwed up.
us all.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
We've already had a bad, rough year of COVID. Let's not make it a bad, rough year because someone in our family
Yes.
suffers in silence due
Mm.
to SAD, or you're the one suffering in silence due to SAD.
Mm-hmm.
Don't make your family suffer because of your SAD
And-
or friends.
Mm. For
It's
anybody.
time we start breaking down these stigmas and saying no more to the fact that people afraid to talk about what is going on, to
Mm-hmm.
bring those things up, and to no longer be scared that if I bring up the fact that the sun going away for a while makes me sad, and you're afraid that maybe your family or your friends are going to reject you, I get it.
Mm.
Especially when you're in the middle of it, it's easy to think that.
Oh yeah.
But it's also sad that we think that because it has become so normalized in American culture that you don't talk about these things. I'm here to say it's time we change that. And it's time we talk about these things. It's time that things like SAD, depression, anxiety, bipolar come to the forefront of conversations. I'm going to say it this way. If we can talk about sexuality, sexual positions, and sexual preferences out in the open without squirming, without any shame,
Mm.
then why the hell can we
Not
not
this.
talk about our own mental health on things that may impact where we live or die
Mm.
because we're too ashamed to talk about it and it's quote unquote improper to talk about?
Uncomfortable.
If we can talk about that sort of stuff and that is quote unquote acceptable in public to talk about one's favorite sexual position, then it is more than acceptable to say, you know what, I'm not doing so hot mentally. I need help.
Mm.
And it's not like you're going out in a corner wearing a scarlet A and telling the world that you are
Help.
depressed.
Mm.
It's those conversations you have one on one with your friends and your family in a basement, at a bar, in a church pew, over some barbacoa.
Barbacoa. Yeah, buddy.
It's those conversations that make a difference.
Yeah.
It's those conversations that are important. And at the time of this
Mm.
recording, we don't know what the world right now looks like. At the time of this recording, it's pre-election day.
Mm.
There may be some bad times mentally going on for some people. And I say that as someone who realizes that if Trump wins, people on the left mentally are going to be broken. Some are going to be despot. Some are going to be depressed. Because how dare Trump win? And the flip side is true. If Biden wins, some on the right are going to be the same way about Biden winning. Don't the political difference between your friends and your family and you be the thing that separates them from reaching out to each other for assistance, for guidance, to live.
Mm.
If you do that, I don't even have the words to begin to describe the detest that you would deserve. Mental health is not a political issue. It's not an issue of are you a Democrat or Republican or Independent or Green Party or Libertarian or blah or blah or blah. Mental health is a personal, human to human issue devoid of politics. Right now, more than ever, when we're going into winter, when we're going into a time when we're out of sunlight in the northern hemisphere, at least. Okay, let me rephrase that. Southern hemisphere, you're doing fine right now. The northern hemisphere, where we don't have the sunlight, SAD is going to be more prevalent. It's going to be everywhere. Reach out to your friends. You know, those people who stop coming around during the winter months and come back in the spring. Reach out to them, see how they're doing. After people you haven't talked to in a while after this election, reach out to them, see how they're doing. Especially if they're on the opposite political party of you, or the opposite political party that won. Those people that you're at a group function, maybe just in the corner by themselves doing nothing. At least say hi to them, see how they're doing. You don't have to get their whole life story, especially if you don't know them. But at least let them know that you're around and someone at least want to say hi. And if they want to be just kind of in their corner alone for a little bit, let them be. But at least make it known that someone is there and cares. We have multiple parties, or if you want to call them a peaceful protest in order to get around the restrictions. We have a lot of those coming up soon due to the holidays. Be the one that reaches out to help them. Be the one that reaches out to say, I care. Be the one to make yourself available to say, I don't care who you are, what's going on. You got something going on mentally? Let's talk. I want to see you live. That's true for you to say, Marin. What did I say a long time ago? What's the promise I made to you a long time?
Oh,
That no matter
I
what,
can be a crack or homeless under a bridge. If I needed a hand, you'd still come and help. Not obviously not just to that.
not by necessarily giving you crack or anything,
No.
or buying you a John or anything.
No.
But
yeah, no matter the circumstance.
No matter the circumstance, even if you go Biden, I'll still be there for you. 'Cause I want to see you succeed. And I want to see you live. Just like I want to see everyone else who has SAD live and succeed through it. Because it is possible with treatment and help. You're going to have better days and you're going to have worse days, but it is possible.
Yep.
You have any closing comments?
Nah, dude.
No?
That was good.
Come here.
Oh, we're off camera. Oh. Love you, brother. Love you, man.
All right.
Give me a chance to get up.